Good morning, students. I am Ms. Republica Borgohain, Assistant Professor, Assam Downtown University, Guwahati, Department of Pharmaceutical Science. So today I will be discussing regarding the chemistry of carbohydrates. So here it is. So first of all, I will be discussing about what is carbohydrate. So carbohydrates, they are also termed as saccharides, and they consist of only carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So carbohydrates come primarily from plants, however animals can also biosynthesize them. The carbon cycle describes the processes by which carbon is recycled on our planet. Energy from the sun is stored in plants which use photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water to glucose and oxygen. In the reverse process, energy is produced when animals oxidize glucose during respiration. This is the carbon cycle, as described earlier. Now, what is the definition for carbohydrates? So, carbohydrates are the polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones, which consist of the formula CH2N, or compounds that can be hydrolyzed to them. Now, the classification of monosaccharides. Monosaccharides have 3 to 8 carbons in a chain, with one carbon in a carbonyl group and the other carbons attached to C groups. An aldose has the carbonyl, that is C1, and aldehyde. A ketose has the carbonyl on C2, that is a ketone. The number of carbons is indicated as follows: triose, that is 3 carbons; tetrose, that is 4 carbons; pentose, that is 5 carbons; and hexose, that is 6 carbons. So glyceraldehyde, that is aldotriose, it contains one carbon, that is then erythrulose, that is ketotetrose, that is it contains 2 carbons; ribose, that is aldopentose, it contains 1 carbon again; and fructose, that is ketohexose. Now the types of carbohydrates. So monosaccharides, carbohydrates that cannot be hydrolyzed to simpler carbohydrates, are termed as monosaccharides. For example, glucose or fructose. Then disaccharides, carbohydrates that can be hydrolyzed into 2 monosaccharide units, for example sucrose, which is hydrolyzed into glucose and fructose. Then comes oligosaccharides. These are the carbohydrates that can be hydrolyzed into a few monosaccharide units. Then polysaccharides, these are the carbohydrates that are polymeric sugars, for example starch or cellulose. Now comes the aldoses and ketoses. So aldoses, for example glucose, they have an aldehyde group at one end, that is D-glucose. And ketoses, for example fructose, they have a keto group usually at C2, that is in the second carbon, that is D-fructose. So monosaccharides, they are classified by their number of carbon atoms. So triose, they are C3H6O3, it contains 3 carbons; tetrose, that is C4H8O4, that contains 4 carbons; pentose, it contains 5 carbons; hexose, it is C6H12O6; heptose, it is C7H14O7; and octose, it is C8H16NO8. Now, what are D and L sugars and feature projections? So monosaccharides are chiral compounds, that is having stereoisomers. So each monosaccharide has 2 enantiomeric forms. The D and L classifications are based on glyceraldehyde. Each enantiomer reflects plane polarized light in equal magnitude but opposite direction. In glyceraldehyde, L rotates light to the left and D to the right. However, this is not true for all sugars. First of all, in sugars, we can say that in glycerol, as it is being said that L rotates light to the left and D to the right. However, this is not true for all sugars. And L-glyceraldehyde has the hydroxyl group on the left. So we can say that hydroxyl group which contains in the L-glyceraldehyde, it is on the left part, and the D-glyceraldehyde which has the hydroxyl group on the right part. Now coming to the feature projection which we can discuss is, it's a two-dimensional representation for showing the configuration of tetrahedral stereocenters. So these are the four structures. First of all, we can say that is the L-glyceraldehyde. Second one, it is the D-glyceraldehyde. In here, the hydroxyl group is in the left side, and in D-glyceraldehyde, the hydroxyl group is side. And in case of L-ribose and D-ribose, the L-ribose, it is in the hydroxyl group, it is in the left part, and in D-ribose, the hydroxyl group is in the right part. But in all the cases, that means in all sugars, this enantiomer is not same. Now comes the D versus L designation. D and L designations are based on the configuration about the single asymmetric carbon in glyceraldehyde. The lower presentations are feature projections. So these are the structures we can say which defines the D and L designations. Then comes the sugar nomenclature. For sugars with more than one chiral center, that is D or L, refers to the asymmetric C farthest from the aldehyde or keto group. Most naturally occurring sugars are D isomers. So D and L sugars are mirror images of one another. So in case of D-glucose, the hydroxyl group is in the right side, and in L-glucose, the hydroxyl group is in the left side. So the number of stereoisomers is 2 to the power n, where n is the number of asymmetric centers. The 6-carbon aldoses have 4 asymmetric centers, thus there are 16 stereoisomers, that is 8 D sugars and 8 L sugars. So the 3 important monosaccharides are D-glucose, D-galactose and D-fructose. So in my next video, I will be discussing about D-glucose, D-galactose and D-fructose in details. Thank you.